It's been 1 year since Marvel Future Revolution was teased, and I thought it's probably best to do a video. Let's do a follow-up video of where this game is up to, what's been announced, what's been teased and all that stuff, because there are a few things that have been teased and a lot of further information has been dropped over the last 3 days. So when it's released or when there's a beta access, I will be covering this game on this channel. I have been looking forward to this ever since Marvel Heroes Online was not a thing anymore. I've always wanted to see some sort of open world type game that definitely delivers, which unfortunately Marvel Realm has not delivered, which is that full experience of teaming up with people in an open world aspect, and you feel like you're battling with these amazing characters with customizable elements. I've got nothing against Marvel Realm of Champions. I still play the game. It's just the case that Kabam need to do work now, which they should have done on launch, but that's another story for another channel, so go across and check out what I have to say about that on Rich's Realm very, very soon. It's definitely been a very quiet time when it comes to the development of Marvel Future Revolution, and not much has been given out to anybody, even from an alpha test perspective. Like, I think that this is going to be one of those games that, and I've hyped up personally, but I feel that this is going to be something that has more of a finger on the pulse, with really diversifying and also going a bit further than what the mobile sector for togetherness, for something that's like World of Warcraft meets Marvel, and then it's kind of put into a mobile aspect. All those things together are things that massively resonate with me as a previous World of Warcraft player. Also, one of the great things is that they are not going to have just one or just a small handful of characters to play on launch. So far, we definitely know that we are able to use Black Widow when the game launches, Iron Man, Storm, as well as Captain America, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, all of which I'm really looking forward to playing with, and really hope that these are decent characters on launch, especially because, as I said, we don't really know how the game is going to work. But this article by Radio Times actually goes a little bit further. There's actually some more info to go off of. So the story structure is written by Marvel Comics writer Mark Sumerak, and says the Marvel Future Revolution starts with the numerous Earths converging across all dimensions to form an entirely new primary Earth. As an agent of the new formed Omega Flight superhero team, players will work together to battle an onslaught of supervillains, confront their suspicious behaviors, and defend the universe. This is super cool to have that element of, we are on a new Earth, so the structure of it can really be very much rooted. Where other games you kind of feel like you don't know what you're doing or where you're going, this particular Earth will either have something of like a travel narrative, and I'm hoping that's the case of going like, okay, so here's your base, so to speak, this is what you do, this is where you go, and as well you'll have that element of customization to what you're wearing, which could have impacts in, say, a gearing based system similar to Marvel Realm, similar to other games that Netmarble have created, but have its own take on it. That's my hope. It looks like there as well like a fair few decent boss battles, which we've gone over in some of the footage. I think I've like covered this in a video, but yeah, all these different kind of like boss battles, and the way that this will be done, like will you go to a world with a group, like a team, and go for raids and raid these particular like bosses in order to get some very unique loot or costumes. I really hope that, because that is something that I loved about World of Warcraft. And as well, the elements of what you could do with Marvel Heroes, if you remember that game. That game was pretty cool and incorporated those kind of multiplayer type worlds. So there's a lot of potential with this game. There's a lot of hype. I'm really excited about this game. I think this is going to be my favorite game to look forward to of 2021, on par with like Diablo Immortal. But yeah, it does look very good. Okay, just to explain something, yeah, so this video has been cut in half because I was planning to release a Future Revolution video on Thursday, but because this new footage, it then meant that I'll just switch the narrative of going like, look, this is what we know so far, these are the playable characters, and this is indeed the footage and gameplay of Iron Man, of those playable characters in action. So let's just see what this is, because we're hyping this game up now. If that's how the screen looks of you choosing a champion, that's a good start, but I don't know if that's in-game footage. But there you go, the Invincible Iron Man to start with, looks pretty decent, put together. It's just a case of now the actual game, the actual mobile gameplay. Wow. Okay. I assume that like this, similar to a VR game that I played called Marvel what was it called? Marvel United VR, something like that. And also similar to Marvel Future Fight. I'm not going to say like it's not similar. It definitely takes a narrative of the way the game is structured, and as well the environments that you fight in and around. This looks like it's just going, potentially will go above and beyond to have more this open world narrative. You can see you're fighting against those Ultron bots as you go through, and you'll have swarms coming towards you. And it looks like at times you will have a assistance with other players that we just saw quickly, which we just even go back to it. You have assistance from other players. This talks about, as we know, the multiplayer aspect to this. So you got Cap there you're fighting with, and it does look pretty good. I don't think it does it justice to kind of like pause the video, because it won't do justice for what you see, but it's pretty sick. The way that the you are kind of like, as soon as you get close to these foes, you're kind of engaging them and you're traveling. It's the stuff that I wanted to see from Marvel Realm of Champions, where just, you know, it's not there, it's a MOBA, whereas this is an open world. Wow. Okay, so you've got like Captain Marvel fighting over in certain corners. I think that looks a little bit like Spider-Man there. Then you've got Captain America there with a different variant of S.H.I.E.L.D., which looks pretty cool. And those are kind of like, it does look so good. Even at like a little bit, that's like a 47 second long clip. Link is in the description, by the way. And there is still no release date of when this is likely. If you don't know already, it will drop between now and towards the end of the second quarter. Second quarter will probably be June, but let's hope this drops even May time. And yeah, it just looks so good, the way this is put together, and especially with Iron Man, and some as well, like just understanding some of the way that the character is going to utilize things like nanotech, but I think it's more of a case of conjuring up some sort of like laser beaming proton. I think it's more proton kind of cannon and proton beaming, if anything, rather than the nanotech. But still, even there, you've got like nano-based, not nano-based, the proton-based side of things. So there, it looks like you're kind of like, what are you doing? You're kind of like creating some sort of like massive like weaponry of some kind, similar to like knockdowns that we've seen with the character. Like you can go up into the air and blast down. There's something that seems he grabs onto, like I can't remember what the name of the satellite is, but you know, say Friday Jarvis is calling in some kind of like a Stark satellite that kind of comes down, sends down a weapon of choosing for a special type damage or special type move that then boom hits it down. There's still nothing to go on when it comes to the what you click on screen. I'm sure there will be something of a motion of you kind of like grabbing your device like this and then kind of like, you know, clicking on some of the various different types of like special attacks, and as well the way that functions will be hopefully fun and exciting. I'm hoping that it's, and I'm pretty certain it's like a live function, as opposed to you going like, okay, it's turn-based, because let's face it, turn-based is not what you want to see. If it's like, as I said, if it's like World of Warcraft meets Marvel, I'm in. Marvel Heroes, as I said, was a game that was really good. It was really well received, but it just didn't get the big kind of following. Mobile's blowing up. Mobile gameplay and mobile action is this kind of like portable play that you can, like, you know, you can go on holiday and play the game. You can have time between your lunch breaks, between anything else, and just like chill and play it. So yeah, very much up for this. Cannot wait for this game to come out. Lots of stuff still to deep dive, and we could kind of go a bit further on this and have a look at the elements of, can Iron Man fly around the open world? That would be insane. But as well, like other elements to this as well, like fight dynamics and some of the other characters, which I'm sure we'll have breakdowns very, very soon. And as well, like the bosses and how those interact and how you go about kind of creating a team, the multiplayer functions, so much more. And I'm very, very excited. So, so yeah, make sure to hit the like button for this video, especially because we're going to be covering Marvel Future Revolution. And I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.